I ignored my destiny once, I cannot do that again. Even for you.
Sometimes the best weapon in your arsenal is just a good argument.
Aye, aye, Commander.
The second episode of What If finally dropped, and we got some interesting moments. The second episode focused on T'Challa as if he was the one who became Starlord. Yondu outsources the work to his minions in this version of the universe.
You morons grabbed the wrong kid.
Hence, they abduct the young Crown Prince of Wakanda rather than Peter Quill. This creates a snowball effect that changes everything in the universe. But did you catch all the MCU references and nods? Because there were so many. Don't worry. We have compiled a list of all the ways MCU differs from episode 2 of What If. But before we get to legendary outlaw Starlord.
Who?
In the main and canon MCU timeline, Ronan's goons ambush Peter Quill's Starlord. This happens much in the same way that T'Challa is attacked by Korath. But the interesting thing about this bit is that this is not the MCU Starlord.
Starlord!
Peter Quill was just a boy. T'Challa has the king's blood flowing in his veins. He fostered peace throughout the galaxy. This led him to be known as a hero called Starlord. Peter Quill merely used the moniker to talk himself up.
Starlord, man. Legendary outlaw. Guys,
Move!
But T'Challa, he did become a Starlord.
Hey, stop! Show some respect! This is the Starlord, legendary outlaw.
The legendary outlaw is so famous in this alternate timeline that Korath is literally a fanboy.
Steals from the powerful and gives to the powerless. Should we be bowing? I feel like we should be bowing. I mean, unless we should be kneeling.
But we soon find out that the repute is for good reason. I mean, in this timeline, T'Challa even managed to reign the Mad Titan. Wakanda's technology. We always knew that Wakanda was a very advanced civilization. Using the vibranium has allowed them to create incredible machines, some that even our scientists could never replicate. We see a beautiful rendition of the Wakandan territory in 3D animation. Even the concept art of the episode looks fascinating. But what one could have never predicted is that the Wakandans perfected deep space travel.
Shit.
A Wakandan ship is found in the Collector's vault. This means that they ventured into deep space in search of their prince. Bear in mind that this technology is hard to figure out, even for someone as smart as Tony Stark. He was stranded on Titan and couldn't make it back. This was one of the greatest details of the episode and a big difference from the MCU. The focus of Wakandan technology shifted from war to exploration. Genocide, but it's efficient. You know that feeling when you find a character in the multiverse? This character sounds like a well-meaning joke your buddy made up while you were exchanging theories. That is what Thanos feels like in this episode. He is reformed. He went straight, as did Yondu for that matter. This means that T'Challa has had a positive impact on everyone around him, but none more than Thanos. In the main MCU timeline, Thanos took down the Hulk with ease. He was not fazed by the Avengers' onslaught. By the time he reached Earth, he already had all the stones to completely decimate our forces. The Black Order were his subordinates. But in the T'Challa universe, Starlord is the hero who stopped the Mad Titan by making him a good guy.
Let me introduce you to the family I made along the way.
Nebula's body.
How you doing?
Not only do we love Karen Gillian, but we also love the character design of Nebula in this episode. The character looks like a princess. She has the charm and the etiquette, but she also kicks ass in her own way. Nebula in the MCU is scarred and hurt. She is tortured by her father when she is seen to be less than Gamora, which makes for a very unhealthy lifestyle. In this universe, however, Nebula is a semi-well-adjusted explorer with minor daddy issues. She has gone from someone who inspired sadness to someone who captures our fancy. Needless to say, we ship T'Challa and Nebula. The most interesting detail about Nebula is her body. No, not like that.
Hey, how you doing?
It's the fact that Nebula has almost no cybernetic augmentations in this timeline as compared to her MCU counterpart. This means that Thanos veered from his path of evil a long time ago. Or maybe even that Gamora was never orphaned in the first place. Howard the Duck. One of the most interesting things about Guardians of the Galaxy was the Collector's Vault. We got so many Easter eggs in that movie. Seeing as What If is veering off from GOT, it was appropriate for us to visit the vault again. One of the best things in the entire vault was Howard the Duck. In the MCU version, he only got to sit in the containment unit. In this episode, T'Challa freed him and used him as a guide through the vault, which led him to finding the Wakandan ship.
Give me the tour.
Another thing that we noticed about the Collector's Vault was the variety we got to see. Back in the MCU, we only got a peek at the vault before it is destroyed. In this universe, however, we get the chance to explore it fully. T'Challa visits various rooms, each filled with more wonders than the last. Collector's Arsenal. The Collector's Vault has always been at the epicenter of fan theories. There is so much in it. Now that we got a closer look at this version of the Collector's Vault, we can say with certainty that something is amiss. The vault housed Thor's hammer and Captain America's shield. The Collector was using these as his private arsenal. This means that the Avengers have probably already perished in this universe. Maybe T'Challa is the last hero alive, and he has an entire galaxy to take care of. It could also mean that the Avengers came to universe and had a tussle with the Collector. To think that this beefed up version of the docile character from the MCU could be this powerful.
That woman has taste.
We could never have anticipated our Collector to be able to do such a thing. But the problem with this version is that he doesn't want to seem to stop. Good thing that Udanta released all those prisoners on him.
Oh, karma.
Drax. Another original Guardian of the Galaxy makes his appearance in this episode. Without Kree destroying planets, Drax's home was never destroyed. Still, it was threatened by Kree forces, but T'Challa fended them off. This is one of the many heroic tasks he has done for the galaxy. Consequently, Drax became allured with the legend of Starlord, as did the population of his home planet. He revered the man who saved his family and was very happy to run into his hero. It is a beautiful nod to Drax's family by the writers, as one of the few bright moments in the episode. In our universe, Drax's family perished at the hands of Ronan the Outlaw. It was a tragic thing. What was even more tragic was to see Drax lose again and again in attempts of revenge. We are just happy to find a version of Drax that still has his family to go back to. Quill and Ego. Not to be a buzzkill, but I feel that the Peter Quill storyline could have been better. I mean, it tuned into the he worked as a waiter from being Starlord. Maybe the writers want to do an entire episode in this universe, but from his perspective, it would be nice of them to flash our Ego as a villain. Even more than that, we would love to see more of this Earth Peter Quill. We wonder if he still has the same love for classic rock and old music. We will have to see. The ending of the episode certainly leaves something to be desired.
We're close. What, Peter? Can't spare a little time for dear old Dad?
The Black Order. In the canon sacred timeline of the MCU, the Black Order is loyal to Thanos. But in this iteration of the MCU, they are mercenaries. Soldiers who can be hired by the highest bidder. Their presence is just as lackluster as it was in Avengers Infinity War, because their inclusion in this story is interesting for other reasons, specifically speaking about their fight with Thanos. In the MCU, Thanos would have beaten all of them into the ground, but in this version, all of them overwhelmed the Mad Titan pretty easily. The Black Panther. T'Challa was the central theme of the episode. His personality and charm outshone everyone else. We miss Chadwick Boseman dearly, and we hope he is happy wherever he is. However, the treatment of T'Challa's character in the episode was par excellence. There was even a callback to his Black Panther fighting style in the final fight with the Collector. What do you think about these differences? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun videos on our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!